I made $300 in 2 days trading a $10,000 live funded account. This is what I did. Above 50% inside of the structure that we broke out. Yes, we have this low all the way down here, and if we qualify that low, then 50% would be where we're at. But I believe that structure was from this low going up, to possibly this high. So anything between that range is the structure that we broke out of. Okay, my next withdrawal is available on, that was yesterday. So I can request a withdrawal, and the amount would be $276, which is cool. But like I said earlier, I am more interested in seeing how this account grows. Let's see how we end in November, and then I'll see how much profits we get to withdraw. If you're new around here, my name is Kevon Roach, and this is my channel where I share my trading journey, both what it's like on and off the charts. That sounds like it's something interesting to you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and stick around. We got a lot more action coming your way. Welcome back to another video. Wait, regarding? I don't know what to tell y'all. It's Wednesday and we're back on the charts. I want to let y'all know first off, right off the bat, we are live. We have the live account right now, $10,000 in capital from SiegFund. It took us a month and a half to get here, but we're live. And now the certificate, I showed you the certificate in the previous video, so I won't stress you with showing you the now, but we're here and we won yesterday's trade, even though I didn't get to take yesterday's trade on the live account because I didn't sign the contract. Once I got the contract last night, I got the email saying that the account was live. And for those who remember in yesterday's video, the top sell and buy in red and blue, I keep blinking red and blue, that was disabled, so I couldn't actually get to place any trades. And this is the same Sieg live. Let me just, so this is the same SIEG live. Let's see how this one goes. In a little bit of a drawdown right now, but stop loss is where stop loss is, and I am holding this one. Also, I started doing the live sessions with the group, the premium group. Currently 15 persons in there, and so far the first 2 sessions were both successful. There's another session for tomorrow, so excited about that one. And everybody's learning pretty quick and smooth, to be honest. Like, I thought I would have to give different examples and demonstrate in different ways, but through explanation and the very first example, persons are catching on and understanding. So very, very glad to see that type of response, and persons learning and catching on and actually making an effort to understand how to trade. But yeah, we're in this one. Just thought I could open the camera and give you guys a little update. But once we either get to stop loss or take off it, I'll open back the camera and let you know what's going on. If we go down to stop loss, it's possible that I reevaluate and find another entry to go long, but depends on price action. It's always depending on how price action looks at that area of interest. But once we get there, I'll hopefully open back the camera because it's actually 2 p.m. in Guyana here. But let's see how it goes. Well, we're back. Let me center myself, and as y'all can see, we're this much in profit. Not excited because been taking the whole emotionless trading approach. You can't be emotionless, everybody knows that, but you can certainly control the way you react to emotion. At first it's going to be difficult, at first it's going to seem impossible, but you could only get it through practice, and the moment you start practicing, you will start seeing results. And I actually got this trade on the live account from SIEG, still open. If you could, let me just get out the frame right there, I can see it right there. I see them other accounts there too, but there you go. Hopefully you can see the Kevon Roach somewhere there, but yeah, you can. Okay, so we're in profit, and I'm not gonna show you the trade section of MT5 or anything like that, so let's just watch this and see how it goes. We closed above this high right here, so there's 2 candles that close above there, so I'm gonna hold and hopefully we get to take profit. My take profit for this trade is up here, but even though I know this area right here would be a nice area to exit the trade at 26.58. Looking at it, I'm actually risking 111, so if I took it at 26.58, it's about 98-99 pips. So yeah, that would be me risking for more than what I'm aiming for, and I don't know if I don't do that. When it comes to the reason why my take profit is where it's at, basically the past, we can see that this exact area where my take profit is in line with is basically a previous support turn resistance. So it's possible that once price gets up to here, possibly up here, or even just before it here, it might also have another pullback like what we're having right now. But I honestly see price even coming all the way up here, 2750, or pushing further. It's possible because there's a lot of liquidity to the upside. And yeah, we're in this one. It's 4:43 in the afternoon in Guyana, but 3:43 on the charts. So I'm currently exporting a video, by the way, so I've been editing and just step away from the charts for a few minutes and come back. And yeah, I didn't see all this price action here. Last time I was here, we were like somewhere, so no, we were here. Regardless, I am just gonna keep this running. Point A to point B trading. Another reason why my take profit is here is because that's, I would think, above 50% inside of the structure that we broke out. Yes, we have this low all the way down here, and if we qualify that low, then 50% would be where we're at. But I believe that structure was from this low going up, you know, to possibly this high. So anything between that range is the structure that we broke out of. And this, if it's a pullback to, you know, just fill the, or have a retracement, fill the gap, whatever the case is, then push lower, then it might want to come up to this level. If it's not just a retracement, then obviously price is going to shoot higher due to, you know, the previous highs as well as these two highs that are still open. But let me see. It's Wednesday, so there are no more news coming up for today or anything like that. So the rest of the day should be calm, smooth sailing. But yeah, we're still in this one. We're still holding it. And right, fudge. Jeez, yeah. I know I mistakenly do. If you really watch the videos, bro, you know I just mistakenly do. I just touched the same part of my MT5, bro, the trade section. So I see it for like a split second. The thing is, like, I only could have looked at the bottom of the screen. This is the only place I couldn't look. But I was looking at the chart, so my line of focus went up in at the bottom, expecting that I am going to open the charts. Why had I even tapped at the bottom in the first place? Anyways, I was sliding it. My line of focus was there, so I was sliding to go home because I'm on Android. When I slide, it slide over the trade section and it opens. So I slide for like a split second. Ah, boy, oh boy. Okay, regardless, we are in this one, and I'm just gonna let price do its thing and come back and give you all that update once we get to any of our targets. So, welcome back. If you're new around here, my name is Kevon Roach, and this is my channel where I share my trading journey, both what it's like on and off the charts. That sounds like it's something interesting to you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and stick around. We got a lot more action coming your way. Now, it is currently Thursday, as you can see, the 21st. I know this video might be a little bit late, but they had a lot going on. If you've seen the previous video, you know that I've made it to the live account, and I've, you know, got the email saying that it's active and everything. So I started trading on the live account, and as you can see here, you know, the trading history has been, you know, trading history has been good for the past couple of days. You know, we've won the past, I ain't counting it. So that's 6 trades consecutive, and before that we lost one and won 2 and 1 before that. Yeah, so if I went all the way back to November, so far the month isn't over as yet, but this is 1 win, 1 break even. I remember this one, this was a loss. So 2, 3, 4, 2 wins, 1 loss. Okay, so for November I had 14 trades, 10 wins, 3 losses, and 1 break even. So it's been a pretty good month thus far. I've held most of these trades for full TP, which is, you know, another good thing. Yesterday's trade, I don't think I got to fill you guys in on this trade. Quick run through. Yesterday's trade hit TP. The day before that, trade hit TP. One thing to note about yesterday's trade is we went this close to take profit and actually started reversing, and I did not close the trade. I left this trade open, and you should be seeing the profits of this trade here when it hit TP the next morning, which was this morning at 6, basically 7 o'clock, but 8 in Guyana, 8 o'clock in Guyana. And it was a good feeling, you know, waking up to seeing TP. At one point I saw that, you know, price came back down to my entry later on in the night. I wasn't awake for this part of price action, but you know, when I woke up, I saw price was beyond my take profit area, and you know, I was already in profit. Trade was closed. Then all of this happened, and I was not able to like secure an entry for the sell. But one thing to note is I had a pending order, a buy limit, that I did not send out to the community. This is the only like downfall about all of this, where you can see here, you know, the trade went very close to my take profit and then just completely reversed. But that was just a small retracement, and you know, I closed the trade a little bit early, and then it made a further retracement against me and then continued in my favor until eventually hitting take profit, as you can see here on the charts. So regardless, it was still a good trade because I, number one, forgot that I set this buy limit here. Honestly, when I woke up in the morning and I sent it out to the group, because I sent this trade yesterday out to the group, so we were holding it overnight. We did not close, we did not bring stop loss to break even, anything, none like that. We held this trade overnight, and you know, when it got to TP, I updated the chat, I updated everyone, and then after hitting TP, I was analyzing the charts for a sell, but then I stepped away from the charts for a few minutes and then came back when price was about like here, probably like here. So I watched to see price action, and I noticed that I was already in a buy. So in a sense, it's like, you know, a forgetting type iteration in a sense. I analyzed the charts and I saw that it could be a possible area where price might retrace before pushing higher, and it did so, but I forgot that I placed it. This was another situation, like, where is it? I think here. I'm gonna show you guys. If you remember in the previous videos, yeah, it was right here. So I entered this trade, or no, it was a buy limit that was set here. This trade was activated, nearly took me out, went up in profit overnight, and then when I woke up in the morning, I saw all this because I was on trading view, but I did not open MT5. So I only opened MT5 when I was about to, you know, see price action on MT5 for a possible sell, which was this sell that eventually lost. And I noticed that, you know, the profits were getting smaller and smaller because price was going to the downside, and you know, I managed to secure a little bit of profit before we got down to break even, but it was still, you know, a win. It wasn't full TP for me, but I believe this was sent out to the community to take profit and stop loss. So they managed to secure the profit. I just didn't. I didn't have a take profit on that trade, that's why I came back. But for this one right here, I also didn't have a take profit, but the beauty of it is I was like actively monitoring the charts. I was just away for about, like, I want to see an hour, you know, at max. That's why I saw the price action pushing down and not giving me an entry. I saw this break of structure right here. If we could zoom in, I saw this movement, this leg of price action where we pushed to the downside like that and broke this low impulsively, and then price retraced back into it. But I was a bit late because we already farmed this candle. So a little bit after this, I stepped away from the charts, and then price tapped me in. I completely forgot about that buy limit. Being honest with you, I'm mostly analyzing on trading view and just going into MT5, placing the trades and out. I'm not going to the trade section on MT5. So if the buy limit is not within the information that I can see on the screen at the time, I honestly won't know that I have a pending order there, which, you know, it has its downfall and benefits. If another way that I would know is if I have like multiple accounts and I'm switching between the accounts, I would have to go to the quotes because not every account has the same name for Nas100. So I have to manually select the quotes and then place the order because I'm not using a trade copier. And I would see the little gray notification, like a gray symbol or just a little gray corner on the symbol that I'm trading, Nas100. So that would notify me that I have a pending order. But the thing is, I also have a pending order to the upside. So I'm like, mentally, I'm thinking that, okay, it's referring to that pending order. It doesn't say you have multiple pending orders, whether it's a buy limit or sell limit. It does not say, you know, how much or in which direction. So I completely forgot. Regardless, we are at this point, and I should tell y'all something. So within 2 days of, all right, let me just I should tell y'all something, but let me show y'all while telling y'all. Over on SiegFund, within the first 2 days of getting the account, 19th to the 21st, yeah, first trade placed on the 20th, second trade placed on the 21st, I've managed to secure 3%, which is great. Not overly excited or anything about it. I know it's a part of the process. I'm just following my rules, so the results is just a reflection of how well I can follow my rules. That's what should excite me more, and it is exciting me more than the returns. But yeah, so just 2 trades I took on the account. Both were buys on Nas100, one with $141, the other with $165, making a total of $304 overall. Multiple things to discuss. One, I made $300 in 2 days trading a $10,000 live funded account. This is what I did. Now, having this 10K account, I believe with SiegFund, the rules when it comes to withdrawing is the first one is upon request, and then the second one is 2 weeks later, and so on and so on. I'm not sure if I should request a withdrawal, honestly, because it's $300. It's not, you know, a big bug or so, but at the same time, I'm grateful for it. But I would like to continue following my strategy, continue remaining disciplined, and see the results. I know it's possible that I encounter some losses, but at the same time, I am managing my risk the same way I've been managing my risk the entire time. This trade, as you've probably seen in the sped up version of the screen recording I did, it only would have cost me $30 something if I lost it, and the returns was 165. It was 108 or something at one point, but what happened is I not only forgot that I had this buy limit trade set, but once I went into the account where I saw that it was active, I was focusing on that account because I thought, oh, I activated this buy limit, or I placed this buy limit, and it was on this account. So, you know, the other accounts don't have this trade because I did like leave them just a few minutes ago and I did not see it, but it was before the price activated. And when I checked the other accounts, it was after I closed the trade around like here. No, around here, somewhere around here. I closed the trade around here on the one account that I thought it was open on. Then I went over to the other accounts and noticed that it was still active on the other accounts as well. All 3 of the accounts that I have, and I'm currently managing prop firm and 2 of my personal accounts. So I only managed to like secure profits for like here once we were on the other account. Actually, it was a little bit higher before the end of this bull candle, and I closed the profits at 165, but at some point it was probably like 180, 170 at least, you know. So yeah, it was still good. I was still grateful for the profit. It was what I thought price was willing to give me, so I was grateful for the move. Now, I should check that out with you guys right now before I give you a trade breakdown for not possibly this trade, because I believe that I gave you guys a trade breakdown, but I should give you a run through with it as well, and I'll give you a trade breakdown for this trade as well. Let me just remove this volume bar indicator and we'll go over there. I will be honest with you guys, I did not use the volume bar indicator at all for either one of these trades, to be honest. I've used it for other trades in November thus far and before, but just for these 2 trades. Now let's go over SiegFund and see what are the like requirements or what it is when it comes to withdraw. Okay, my next withdrawal is available on, okay, that was yesterday. So I can request a withdrawal, and the amount would be $276, which is cool. But like I said earlier, I am more interested in seeing how this account grows. Let's see how we end in November, and then I'll see, you know, how much profits we get to withdraw. For now, everything so far with SiegFund is smooth. The only issue I got when it comes to the live account, or the entire experience with the challenge account in general, is I wasn't totally aware I mean, the email kind of said it, but I just wasn't aware that I needed to sign the contract on the dashboard. I thought it would be like an email that's sent to me or something, and yeah, I would get to sign it and maybe submit it. But on the website is much easier. You know, you just go to contracts, you see a contract there, it pops up right in front of you. You can read through it, which I did not do, but you can read through it, and you know, you can download it after, which I did, and you know, submit it right there. You get your credentials sent to you within a matter of minutes, and you can start trading. The account is activated as well, because initially I was actually able to access my credentials for the live account once I passed it, before I signed the contract, but it was just grayed out. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I guess the whole contract thing solved that issue, because they weren't able to, you know, allow me to trade on the live account without the actual contract signing and KYC and so on. So I understand that, and yeah, we have the liberty of withdrawing upon request. It's been only 2 days, so let's not, you know, rush anything. Let's not try to be overconfident. That's one thing I'm completely making sure I keep running through my head. Losses can come at any point. There is no, you know, holy grail. There is no 100% strategy. There's no, you're not always going to be right? So I'm accepting that I'm not you know, I'm not it when it comes to the market. I am just a humble trader trying to execute my strategy, trying to remain disciplined, trying to, you know, follow the rules. So let's see how it goes. But when it comes to the breakdown of these 2 trades that we took for yesterday and today, Wednesday and Thursday, well, first we can go out a little bit, and it's kind of the same thing. If you look at it, it's kind of the same trades that took place yesterday and today, and even the day before that. Why? Well, not really the day before that, but it has something to do with the trade taken on the day before that. Because here we'll notice on Tuesday the 19th, we had a low being farmed, which took liquidity on both the 5 and the 15 minute. If we zoomed out, we would see that this low took this low, and this one, and this one, and that one. And on the 15, they are, you know, well-defined lows. So after taking that low, it left a gap to the upside and pushed, broke the high that was farmed before liquidity was taken. So we entered a trade to the upside, and we took it at recent highs above this one, which was previous as well. Fair value gap, actually, not highs, and price went a little bit higher and, you know, continued pushing. Now for yesterday's trade, I noticed that price pushed and broke above these previous highs, which were here, and all this price action just went fully, you know, bullish without any type of serious retracement, breaking any lows or such. So I know that at some point you had to have some retracement, and once I saw price action push all the way to the downside here in the AMs, I was still bullish on NAS, regardless of all this, you know, bearish action that took place from 8:25 a.m. to, I want to say, 10:20 a.m. But if you'll notice here, this wick that happened at exactly 10:20 a.m. was actually filling a gap that was left here. So we have 2 gaps, I forgot to mention that. If we zoom in and we just extend the charts like that, you'll see that there was a little gap right above here, and there's another gap, a larger one below it there. So we actually tapped into that gap with this price action right here, and then started pushing higher. Why did I enter a buy? Well, after we pushed higher here, remember this leg of price action was filling that gap, that previous gap that was created before those highs were broken, and we had this high right here. I don't know if you could see it, it's not really well defined, but it still is a high, right wherever the squiggly line is, directly over the middle candle. You see it's higher than the 2 candles to the left and right of it, and it also retraces into that gap, qualifying it to me as an intermediate high, making it even more important. So identifying this high as the high that was farmed before that fair value gap was broken or filled, and if you watch my videos constantly, you'd understand my use of fair value gaps and highs and lows interchangeably. So price kind of does the same thing depending on the fair value gap or the high or low, but it kind of does the same thing when it approaches these points of interest on the charts. So after filling that fair value gap and pushing up, it fails to break this high and comes down, which it has fair value gaps to support it, if we could see right there, and a little one right there. If we could extend the chart, you'd see it a bit more clearly, but as a general idea, price came down, filled this one, did not touch this one, and then shot up, breaking this high. Never mind this high right here. It's important, yes, but not as important as this high right here that we just zoomed in and defined. It broke that high impulsively. Fair value gaps right there. All these, large closes, barely any retracement, anything signifying price might want to push higher with a full close, a full candle, open and close above this previous high, which is an intermediate high, which is the high that was formed before the previous fair value gap was filled. We have that close above there. Price retraced back into all these fair value gaps, even to the last one. If you enter the trade right here with the stop loss right there, possibly even here or there, your trade would have been up in profit. Taking it, well, I decided to take it at a fair value gap that was formed just before previous lows were broken, before this move to the downside, and price came this close to it. I was watching the price come very close to my take profit and then reverse, and I just stayed in the trade overnight, dealt with the pain. Regardless, I was going with my strategy. I was just trusting in what the analysis said, the history, the journaling said. And in the next morning, which was this morning, price came all the way up to TP, and we secured that profit, after which I actually had to leave home. So I didn't get a chance to really analyze to even possibly catch this sell, but I did get a chance to come to the charts like around here. I just didn't see an entry, and when we came up here, this was a lot of risk for me to take on. I just didn't feel too comfortable with taking it because I would have to take it from here. I had no idea that the price would have come to up here, so the risk would have been that small. And then it come all the way down, like I said earlier, with the whole buy limit thing. But here's the reasoning as to why this buy limit was placed there and why it's similar to yesterday's trade. So yesterday's trade filled a previous fair value gap, right? After filling that fair value gap, it also shot up. Remember this first fair value gap that price failed to touch after retracing and failing to break this high? Well, it was left open. Before this fair value gap was left open, I had a pending order all the way at the bottom here, and price eventually came down but did not tag me into that order, shot up, and then came down where I actually got the entry to go long on this trade. But this fair value gap at the bottom here was still left open, and the pending order that I set since yesterday around, let's say, maybe 11 to 12 p.m., 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., it was left open overnight. The trade did not come down to tag me in or anything. This morning, after all this bearish action, and I forgot that I set this buy limit, and I was in this trade after maybe this much in profit around this level right here, 570, 580 something, 25.8 or something, and I managed to hold this trade until getting to full TP. Funny story is, I actually had TP set a little bit lower, like around here, this level, 2690, 2700, but after reanalyzing the charts and dropping down to the 5-minute, because on the 15-minute, right, 2700, and I took it a little bit lower, like here, 2700, just before the beginning of this gap. But then after dropping down to the 5-minute, I saw that there was another gap where price might want to come back, even though it touched this fair value gap. So yeah, that was the full reasoning behind why we entered both of these trades yesterday. That's the similarity, because this price action right here is touching that fair value gap that was left open, and so is this price action here that was touching that fair value gap that was left open. So technically I got in on this trade at this leg of price. So where we are currently could be at this leg of price where I got in yesterday. But here's the thing about that. To me, I don't like the odds of buying right now. It's currently 20 minutes to 4. in Guyana. It's 20 minutes to 3 on the charts. But I just, you know, I feel I'm done for the day. I'm good for the day. I didn't get the chance to call this out to the VIP community, but Monday and Tuesday's lesson, I believe, was a lot for them to, you know, be able to go through the charts and identify the same things that I'm looking for. I gave them the rules, I gave them the full breakdown. I even gave them the PDF for the course that I'm offering, which is kind of unfair if you look at it, because for persons who purchase the course, but there's more in the course that's not in the PDF, so you really and truly got your value for what you paid for. Regardless, I believe it's enough for persons to would have either caught this trade or some part of the move, or even to the downside where they might have just had to take on a little bit more risk. But yeah, it was all aligning with the strategy regardless, so it's possible that persons would have taken it, but I just didn't get the chance to call out the sell or the buy that I didn't even know I was in. Anywho, this is the trade, this is the results. This video definitely lengthy. Yeah, a whole half an hour of me just talking, but I just wanted to really give you guys that full update on where we are and how it's going so far. So far so good. Yeah, that's probably gonna be it for this video, and I'm definitely gonna check in with you guys on the next one. So until then, I'm sweating like a mother fudger. I'm gonna see you till then. Peace.